all, Shadowsun here. Welcome back to my channel. So this is a blog post in video form that I've been wanting to make for a while, and I was really just looking over some content, and I felt inspired to share this because I think it's important to talk about. I want to talk about sharing my personal practice with other people. I know I've mentioned like another video, and I'll link the video in the blog post below so you guys can watch that and read that if you want. And gain my perspective on how open I am about being a witch with other people. This is more specific on sharing aspects of my practice to other people. How much am I going to share? I think that it's very important to balance out what you share, how much you share, and more importantly, who you share it with. I'm a private individual by nature, as I mentioned in the post, so I'm not really inclined to share much with anyone. At most, I might tell you that I've done a protection spell. At most, I might tell you I've done spells for money, like I mentioned in the post. And really, it has nothing to do with anybody, what spells I cast. And the other reason is that I am really big on keeping, silent. I know that's a big thing in the Witch's Pyramid, and I mentioned that in the post as well. I think that it has its place, and I do take it seriously, and I know that it doesn't mean all the things that most people think it means, like literally just not saying anything about your practice or what other people might think it is. But for me, I think that it's not really necessary to tell people what you do. I think that there, especially if the spell hasn't manifested itself. For example, if I've done a spell on money, I'm not gonna go around talking about, so I did this spell for money yesterday, and I used this green candle and this oil that I made and this herb that I found out in the yard or something like that. I'm not gonna go and divulge all of that. I think that this spell needs time to manifest, and really it doesn't serve a purpose for people to know that. And it also depends on who I'm talking to. I think it's very important to understand who you're talking to about this. I think, if there are other practitioners, I might, give tips or suggestions or something. If they are a friend or family or just somebody I don't know, if they're a friend or a family member, I might tell them a little more, but I won't tell them enough to know, like, okay, ingredients. I use this ingredient, I use this, and I use this moon phase, and, I cast a spell for money on a full moon, and I used the green candle, and I used this patchouli oil or a random oil that I found somewhere in like the herb out in the yard. Some random herb like bay or rosemary or something, or not rosemary, or whatever herb I have available. My thing is, I don't think that it has a direct impact on the spell itself, like if they're talking to people. I think that it can be influenced. I don't think that it has a direct impact on whether the spell's going to work or not. I just think that it's very important to make sure that, the spell's manifested. And also I think it's important as well to understand that I like to experiment in my craft. So I might not use the same incantation ingredients. I might use a whole different color candle the next time around. I might use red. I might use white because all I've got is white. Or I might use a whole different set of ingredients altogether. I might make a grid. I change things. My practice is ever changing and ever evolving. And I might use a lot of those ingredients, like I mentioned, the green candle, herbs I find in the yard, patchouli oil or other oils I've got, once or twice. I might write that spell a year ago, use it maybe 2 or 3 times, and then change it. And it might not even be 2 or 3 times within the same year. It might be 2 or 3 times in the next couple of years. It might be that I just feel inclined to rewrite it or rework it or tweak it or do something to it. So that's a really important point, that experimentation is really important to me. So I think that it's important to keep in mind when you share things, that if you are aware of that. And I think it's also important to be aware of the fact that some of these people might not have their best interests at heart. Like, I wouldn't just tell some stranger off the street I did this spell the other day. Like, it's no one's business what I do. with my practice and my magic, and I just think it's really important to understand that saying nothing just has value. Not saying something about what spells you do um, is beneficial. I think that it's important for people to just understand that not everybody needs to know about what you do. Excuse the noise in the background. Not everybody needs to know every spell you cast, when you do it, the instant you do it. It's not important. If you want to share tips, that's one thing, but I don't think that everybody should have the right to know every spell you do and every spell you cast, like when you do it. I know that there are some traditions, and I didn't mention this in the post, but I know there are some traditions that don't allow you to speak on whatever magic you've done until a certain period of time. I will often speak on spells that I've done after they've manifested. I will talk about them after they've completed. I'll talk about them, long after they're done. Same thing with social media. I might talk about the anti-anxiety spell I did ages ago, way later on. I like to share tips. I like to share, resources and tips for newer practitioners and other practitioners, or just people who want to learn about magic. I will talk about magic and my spell casting very generally. I will talk about how I use certain ingredients for certain things. I might talk about how I use certain crystals for certain things, but I won't go into such a detail that you know every step that I've done, if that makes sense. So I apologize for the rambliness of this video. I hope that it makes sense to you. Please read the blog post because it has more information as well. I hope you all are well, and I will speak to you all soon. If you like what you see so far, please like, subscribe, share with your friends, and turn the bell sound on to all. And I'll speak to you all soon. Many blessings.